This Business Hub's interview is brought to you by the South African Local Government Association in conjunction with SA Economy.
Hello, you're watching Business Hubs, our special survey series on business opportunities associated with or provided by various South African municipalities. Most South Africans will probably have heard of the devastating Laingsburg flood of 1981, which nearly destroyed the Western Cape town, but it didn't. Joining me in studio today is Pietie Williams from the Laingsburg municipality. Welcome, Pietie.
Thanks for having me.
So the town was nearly destroyed by the flood in 1981. Why wasn't it?
Look, I must say at first that for the Laingsburgers that we've seen the tragic happenings of that 1981 as an act of God. So we were not too negative about it, although there was some loss of lives and so on. We moved on.
So the whole town saw it as an act of God?
As an act of God. So there's not negative feelings about that.
All right. So in terms of being situated on a route to Cape Town, how has this benefited Laingsburg?
Look, Laingsburg is seen as an agricultural town. So we like in the middle of the Karoo, halfway between Cape Town and the Beaufort West, the Karoo area. So you would find that travelers would stop down, refuel and have a couple of at least coffee and something to eat, and off they go. So we think we are currently really looking into how we could at least longer they stay in Laingsburg as well. So we're moving towards at least have Laingsburg as the desired tourism market, and also see how we could really develop Laingsburg into a tourism destination, you see.
So tourism has been a big focus for you?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay. Apart from the usual services offered by municipalities, which they generally have to supply, what is the municipality doing to encourage local economic development?
As a municipality, we did look into the local to at least develop the locals into the small and medium and microeconomic development. So as a council, our municipality did contribute even funding to that towards the development of economic, at least, opportunities for the locals.
Okay, can you tell us a bit more about what's actually happening?
What now currently happens is that the Laingsburg municipality, like all other municipalities, also have a local economic development strategy, and which is part of the integrated development planning.
Okay.
So now council then also at least allocate funding towards that. So we have like workshops with to at least introduce locals into business opportunities.
Tell us about that strategy before we go into the business opportunities.
Look, your local economic development strategy would at least be your vision, at least be your roadmap, at least be your guidance document, at least to which you at least address how you plan to address at least the imbalances of the past, because you'd find in many of your plattelands and Karoo towns that your so-called blacks are not actually actively involved in the local economic sector. So with this local economic plan, we try to introduce them, so gradually introduce them. That's why we have workshops, and we actually try and see how we gradually can mature them to take up their positions in the economic sector. Okay,
so tell us a little bit about how business is growing in this area.
Look, business over the last couple of years did grow. Currently we don't have real big industries, and that would be the challenge for us to attract big business, because we have to our advantages, the N1 national road that connects Cape Town with Joburg. So big companies could easily come to Laingsburg. We even have tailor-made our policies to be friendly for these investments.
Tell us a bit more. Why, if I'm a big company and I'm thinking I would like to expand my business and I'm looking along the N1 route, yes, why would I choose Laingsburg?
You would be welcome, because, well, as I said, we already are being situated and located on the N1 would already be a comparative advantage. So you would have to your advantage low setup cost. At least we have very low crime rates in Laingsburg. There's quality infrastructure already available, so you don't need to come and develop it at first. So and then you would find in the Karoo, in the Plattelands areas, that they've got young young labor force, a very young labor skilled force, and high labor productivity, while you wouldn't have that in your bigger cities. So I think to your advantage it would be really worthwhile to come and at least to knock on our doors and see how we could at least build this partnership, because as a local government we will be more than willing to assist where we can.
And you say it's not just an agricultural focus then that you would welcome? Yeah,
we must. I must say that we'd welcome that as well as other business opportunities. Like for instance, we're looking into to wind energy and biogas energy as opportunities like food processing and agri processing. And what we now really would want to welcome is ecotourism, because I think the fact that we're on the N1 would at least count to our effect, you know.
All right. And you're saying that companies could expect some kind of return on investment then?
Definitely. We would be worthwhile to do that.
Pietie Williams from the Laingsburg municipality. Thanks for joining us in the studio. Very interesting.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thanks for joining us. From me, Jane. Good night.
This Business Hub's interview is brought to you by the South African Local Government Association in conjunction with South African Economy.